Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I wanted to do a review on the new Garnier Olia hair color. I thought this was really interesting. I've seen commercials on TV for it as well as adverts in all of the magazines that I read. So I've seen a lot of material on it, and I thought it was interesting because it's a 60% oil blend, natural flower oiled hair color. It's got no ammonia in it. And it says that it visibly improves and restores hair, pure, vivid, long-lasting color, softer, shinier hair with bounce, maximum color performance. So I thought I would give it a try, just because I've seen it everywhere, as well as I like to go lighter at the beginning of the year and then get gradually lighter through the summer and then go back to dark in the fall. So coming out of the winter, my hair was pretty dark. It was not, I'm never like black, that dark, like black or anything. I'm always like a medium brown or a dark brown. And I like to be light ash brown when it's light. So I chose the shade 6.1 light ash brown. I always go with ash colors because if I go warmer, so if I go with like a golden brown or a light golden brown, a medium golden brown, my hair ends up so red. And you can already see how it pulls red naturally. I mean, you've seen both my kids have very fair hair. My dad was blonde. He has a lot of red in his hair. It's all gray now, but he had a lot of that growing up. My husband's hair is extremely light also. It's very red. It's got a lot of red in it. So that's why my kids have such light colored hair. My hair pulls so red anytime I color it. So I stick to an ash tone to kind of tone down that redness a little bit because I have so much warmth in my hair as it is, and I really do prefer a cooler tone. Now if I go with a very, it's either red or ash. If I go with too cool, that it just looks real, it doesn't look so good. So the ash is kind of where I stay, and that, if you know hair color, that's kind of middle of the road. So light ash brown, and you can see the shade here, as well as what it's supposed to pull depending on how light your hair is and then how dark your hair is. So I would say it is fairly, feasible because mine was a really dark brown and it says it should be that color now, and it is like that. But you really can't go by what the box says. It's just kind of suggestive. And I would never ever suggest going from dark brown to blonde yourself or anything like that, or blonde to dark brown on your own. I would always say go see a hairstylist. I never go more than a shade or two up or a shade or two down the color spectrum, and I'm always right at about a 6, like the level 6 or a little darker. So that is me. Now when it came to this, I have to tell you I absolutely loved this hair dye for a number of reasons. Because it has no ammonia, there is no ugly smell, so I was able to color my hair without hearing my husband complain about how badly I was making my bathroom stink, or how badly, it smelled everywhere we went. Because I usually, these hair colors are like 30 minutes. You leave them on for 30 minutes. So I'll put it on, and then I'll go about doing whatever I need to do. Sometimes it's folding clothes, sometimes it's cleaning the kitchen, I might just be sitting in the living room doing something, I don't know. I'm everywhere. And when I'm everywhere like that, my husband is always like, oh my God, you smell so bad, you stink, that hair dye stinks. And he, it just annoys him. And I can understand, it's hair dye, it doesn't smell so good. So I didn't have to hear any of that. My husband was like, oh wow, you're dyeing your hair, I can't even smell it. So it did not have a smell whatsoever. The other thing too is, I don't think I'm a messy hair dyer. Does that make sense, hair dyer? I don't think I'm messy when I do it. I do along my hairline and work it in so that I get all these hairs colored around here, and then I do the back of my head, and I can't, you can't generally see the back of your head, so I always put a line and make sure it goes in, but I always end up with hair dye that's, on my ears or around here, and typically for the next day or so after I've dyed my hair, I have that ring around where I've, dyed my skin. As well as because I put it on my eyebrows. I'll have like a ring around my eyebrows. And it's just kind of, I go to work the next day and, my coworkers are like, oh, you dyed your hair because we can see it, on your skin. And then, by the following day it's gone because I've managed to rub the rest of it off. This did not do that at all. I had no stains on my skin whatsoever. It was crazy. Not even, along my ear, which is kind of inevitable when you do it yourself because you dye your hair and it just hangs over there. Didn't have any dye that stained my skin, so I was really fascinated by that. It does have a very good smell. It's a very pleasant smell. Just smells good. I mean, it's not floral or, I really can't describe it to you. It's just pleasant. It's not bad. And then let's see, the bottle looks like this. I meant to save everything, but of course, it's used. I don't want to get it dirty. The bottle looks like this, and you just twist off that top, and that's how you squeeze it. You squeeze it from here, it comes out. And then it was just the developer and the colorant that went into the bottle, and you shake, and then you just start applying. And it has black gloves that you do it with, typical of most do-it-yourself hair dyes. And the texture of this is, they call it a velvet cream, and it is very true to that. It is not drippy, it's not liquidy by any means, but it is liquid, if that makes any sense. So it's like a cream liquid, and you put it on, and it just really, it goes everywhere very, very nicely. But like I said, it's not so runny that you have to worry about it dripping everywhere. It didn't drip anywhere on me. I used an entire bottle for absolutely no reason. Should probably only be using half of a bottle because my hair is so short. So I end up throwing it all on there, and even with all of it on my hair, I honestly have no runoff, nothing dripping off. And my reasoning for using the entire bottle is just because I can't see what I'm doing. So when I'm back here, I would rather use most of the bottle up or all of the bottle and know that I've covered every area of my head than only use half like they suggest and worry about having patches of my hair that is not colored. So that is that. Of course, it is very fresh right now, so I love it when it's this fresh because, I mean, look, you can see the color itself around, my hair. And one other thing that I get a lot of comments about is I get told by so many people that, number one, it's shiny, number two, it looks like I have highlights, and they want to know how I did that and all of this. I have tried to do highlights on myself with a different, like a lighter or a darker shade of hair color, one up or down from the last box that I used. It does not work so well on me. It's a little difficult to do on yourself, and I've done it like where I part here and I only do within, this area. I'll pick strands. Now, I've only done that a couple of times, and like I said, it did not work for me. So I have just taken to one box color throughout my hair. But what I can tell you is because my hair is cut this way, the strands, see how they're, they're choppy, so they fall, just kind of where they do. Well, because of that, it looks like I have highlights, and it's just how the hair falls, the texture that it's been given. You can see my hair is all one color, and you can see the depth that it kind of takes on because of the way that it's cut. So that, plus the fact that it's brown. Anytime your hair is brown, it's going to reflect more light than it would the lighter you become. So it looks so shiny just because there's so much more depth to the color instead of, it reflects light instead of, it just bounces off of it, if that makes any sense. That, and then, it makes my cuticle look a lot smoother. It looks denser, and it looks like I have highlights, like you can see them there and there. They're not highlights really, they're just pieced areas of my hair that fall like that. So that is that. Loving, loving, loving this hair dye. I definitely want to use this again. I'm going to see how long the color stays fresh and pretty. I also am interested in several other boxes that I've seen, or several other brands that I've seen lately, and I can't think of what the hair dye is called. There's a red one. Oh, I had a coupon for it because my husband was showing me this weekend. They had a big coupon for it. I can't find it anywhere. Okay, anyway, it's a new red one that just came out. It's a red box. I want to say it's Paul Mitchell or Vidal Sassoon. I think it's Vidal Sassoon. There might be a Paul Mitchell one too. So the next time I color, I may not recolor with this, but I definitely do plan on using this in the future again because it is just that great. I really, really did like it. I got mine at Target for, I want to say it was like $10.49. It may have been $11, but it was, it was one of the higher priced ones. It wasn't one of the, $5-6 boxes. Anyway, so that is my review on that hair color, the Garnier Olia. I love it. No smell. It's a velvet cream. It goes on nicely. It did not stain anywhere. Now that's just this color. I don't know about the darker colors. And it just really does leave your hair nice and shiny, and it feels nice. It's not, you know, even after you deep condition with the conditioner that's in there, it never felt like I had just colored my hair. It always felt really smooth and nice, you know, like you would expect it to. So I think because there is no ammonia, there's really no harshness to the dye, and then it's infused with those, you know, oils, 60% oil, so it just does your hair good, if that makes any sense. I don't know, try it yourself, tell me what you think, and thank you. If I missed something or you need a question to something else, feel free to ask away. I try to answer as best I can. So thanks for watching, bye-bye.